Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, after waiting for like literally 15 to 20 minutes, I finally got a game for my fifth game here in Triple Threat Park for my win streak. I have no idea why it took me 15 minutes for somebody to hop on the spot to play me on my fifth game. I don't know. There must really just be a lot of people who don't like to play people on win streaks. It's only a 4-game win streak. I don't understand what's terrifying about that, and it's insane because every single time I do one of these videos, I play sweats for the first couple of games of my run, and then I wind up playing a bum for the last couple. Although I will say the guy I played in my fourth game was actually good in this run specifically. But I played a couple of like halfway sweats my first two games. My third game was easy. My fourth game was actually probably my sweatiest game. And then now game 5, I'm going up against Pink Diamond Tim Hardaway. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Every week I feel like I do this final game and I wind up getting a matchup that I just annihilate. It'd be kind of cool to have a competitive final game, but I don't know. I think I've only had like one of those all year, really. So with that being said, let's play some D. We'll just hopefully beat this guy pretty comfortably, pretty easily, I would think. He doesn't have a spectacular team by any means. His tallest player is 100 overall James Worthy, who's 6'9". Like this guy's new to my team and doesn't really know what he's doing, is my guess with this type of squad out here in Triple Threat Park. So with that being said, in today's video, I want to get the GOAT piece because there's a player that I really want to add to my team and actually add to my attainables lineup as well. And it may be, I don't know, to some of y'all it might seem like a little bit of a waste because the guys I already have, but I think y'all can probably guess who that's going to be, and that is, of course, Dark Matter Richard Jefferson. He gives me a Cedric Maxwell-like ball handler to come off the bench as well, and it puts me in a position where I feel like with both Seti and Richard Jefferson, I low-key could just run those guys as my shooting guards for the rest of the year. With how good their SIGs are, those guys could be the attainable shooting guards for the rest of the year, and I would have like no problems with that. That pretty much end games that position. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'll add somebody else at some point here over the next couple months. I'm sure it's possible, but as good as Josh Childress is, and I do think he's great. And again, I have a very badged one as well. Richard Jefferson's got the behind the back that Josh Childress doesn't have, and he just does overall have the stat completeness that Josh doesn't have. Now, Childress does have really good badges, especially the one that I have. He's got all his badges on Hoff and several legends and stuff. He's a very, very good card. The one I have especially is very souped up, but I think for the time being, I'd just rather have Richard Jefferson, to be totally honest. And you know what? Maybe for the time being, I'll play both Jefferson and Childress. That might be a temporary move as well, because as of right now, I mean, I could add an attainable small forward, but I mean, Vladrad's the only one that's really particularly interesting to me right now, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't know. There's nothing. He's just not exciting to me. I almost want to kind of use the guys that I have and wait for 2K to drop a better one, because I'm sure at some point we're gonna get a stud, some dark matter small forward like a Danny Ferry or a Jonathan Bender or somebody like that, and that's the guy I want to pick up. Plus, I mean, as 100 overalls probably continue to drop and likely become easier to pull, and therefore also continue to drop as we progress into like season 8. I feel like there could become a point in time where the 100 overalls are actually pretty attainable, and there's a couple of good 100 overall small forwards that could be able to be picked up at some point if their prices drop for this series also. So I might just run Richard Jefferson and what's his name, Richard Jefferson and Josh Childress together for a little bit. We'll see. That being said, we're up 14-2. That's why I'm yapping, because this was never going to be a competitive game, is the honest truth. But I will say, I don't know if y'all have been watching that Attainable series, but if you have been, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying it. I'm gonna have an episode of that actually coming later today. This is almost like a prequel. But I will say, no matter kind of what you're trying to take advantage of in this Festival of Champions, I feel like these GOAT pieces and the amount of grindability is a W for everybody, no matter what. Whether it's somebody like me who's really not even playing on this account that much, but hops on, gets my win streaks done, gets a couple other things done, and is able to add multiple impact dark matters and free 10 boxes and have a chance to pull really good stuff as well. And again, you're not super likely to pull something elite out of a 10 box, but we see it happen every single week. People are pulling GOAT cards and invincibles and stuff like that out of these packs. So hey, I think there's a lot of positive here. The 100 overalls are attainable, no money spent, if you are willing to be patient with all your pieces and save them, which again, I think most people probably aren't doing, but you can also just turn your pieces into MT. There's just so much to like about these festivals, even with the things that there is to dislike as well. Like, for example, the game the game modes being very pay to win at times, and the top tier cards being unattainable. But that being said, I mean, you could put together really a good attainable team, and Cedric Maxwell does what Cedric Maxwell does: 18 points, 3 rebounds, 7 of 8, 4 of 5 from 3. Extremely elite efficiency, absolutely dominates, and we destroy our opponent, as I would have kind of expected, in all honesty, in this matchup. This was never going to be a competitive one. So with that being said, really nice bucket, really nice game right there. Even though it wasn't very competitive, it was nice to win anyway, if nothing else. And hey, let's see if we can finish this out. As y'all can see, 5-game win streak right there. That is my visual proof in the event that 2K does not give me my 100 overall piece, because that has, or sorry, my GOAT piece, because that has happened before, but it does look like it's been completed is what it says. So I should have that in my pack market. I have seen people get some really glitchy pulls through quick opening their packs. And so I'm going to do exactly that and see if we get anything glitchy. Let's see. We, of course, do not. Nene is going to be our Galaxy Opal. I never get the really glitchy pulls. I see people do it, but it generally isn't me. But that GOAT piece does give us a pretty solid amount of pieces in this festival. I have a Galaxy Opal, or I have an Invincible piece. I have a couple Dark Matter pieces, and I now have this GOAT piece as well. And honestly, all I really have to do is exchange the GOAT piece down into Dark Matter pieces, and I will just off of that have enough to add Richard Jefferson to this lineup as well. And that is one of the beauties of this entire festival, in my opinion, is just how easy these Dark Matters that are so elite are to be attained. Literally, you win this win streak and you have one other Dark Matter piece from something else that's been attainable over the last week and a half, and you can add Richard Jefferson to your team just like that off of this GOAT piece. And that to me is pretty fire. I have to be completely honest. I'm a big fan of that. It's one of the things that I really do like about these festivals, is that they're actually, I would honestly say, really attainable for a lot of people in terms of being able to upgrade your squad and get high level cards. There have been guys in every single festival this year that have impacted people's teams at a positive high level. And so whether or not that's you or not, and your experience or not, I think it doesn't take away from the truth of the matter that is that these festivals have been really good, and they allow people to add a lot of late cards. The fact that you can literally get to end game caliber, did I finish all the, I did. Okay, so it's just glitched. The fact that you can get to it like in-game caliber, truly exceptional shooting guards the way that you can from this festival is a W. And I honestly, like, look, I don't love everything about 2K. A lot of the things about this game are frustrated. The fact that when you look at the top 10 positions or players at every single position pretty much in this game, they're all pretty much unattainable cards. Obviously, that's not something that I'm a fan of at all. I wish that wasn't the case. I think 2K needs to do a lot better job next year, and hopefully they will. But honestly, I'm not getting my hopes up. And I think if you can accept that realistically expecting a great game at this point is unlikely, you can still find enjoyment in it, especially if you don't give them money. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this account a lot. Obviously, I do have a lot of MT saved up from having spent money throughout the year, but also through the festivals and stuff, because I haven't spent on this account in a very long time. So with that being said, we now have duplicate Dark Matter pieces. So we're going to go in here real quickly and throw these few into that Richard Jefferson exchange to get us started. And then we're going to go complete him and add him to the squad. I do appreciate y'all for watching this video, by the way, especially if you watched it all the way through. And hey, I'm excited to add this Richard Jefferson card to the team, man. He is an impact option. There's no doubt about it. Definitely a card that, again, if you have not taken advantage of it, there's a bunch of challenges that are still out. There's probably going to be challenges for a GOAT piece later on this week. This card is absolutely worth picking up if you can at all find a way to get him in your lineup. And there you go. Just like that, Richard Jefferson is home, added to the squad. We're going to have him at our backup shooting guard position. And you know what? Since I think Siakam is my backup small forward right now, I've been using him as a placeholder, honestly. I think I'm just going to rock like this for now. And we're going to try this out. And we'll add a shoe to Richard Jefferson and debut him, start him actually in a game of the attainables later on today. So hopefully you're all looking forward to that series. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.